Hello class, another workbook exercise. Now last time we talked about advertising and we watched an interview with Mr. George Tannenbaum. Now today you're going to practice what you learned. Of course, you've got all the time in the world and you can also watch the main lesson first before doing these exercises. It's some sort of a review. Well, if you're ready, let's get to it. Now, in the main lesson, Mr. Tannenbaum used lots of metaphors and idiomatic expressions. Now, we're going to review them together. For example, the best way to get rid of an earworm is to replace it with another one. Earworm. Okay, the rest is yours. If you remember, do it. And then I help you. For example, some people say that libraries have had their day and they will soon disappear. It means that their era is over. Or the song has a catchy chorus that can easily get into your head and you find yourself singing it all day. Number 4, I repeated her instructions word for word, exactly, to avoid any confusion. Number 5, my dogs love dog biscuits. Their ears perk up, like their ears, can you move your ears? You can see I move my ears. Their ears perk up as soon as they hear me open the package. Number 6, musicians often play in train stations and ask for money because they know they have a captive audience. And last one, the politician hit a false note with her speech and caused a lot of controversy. Okay, so these are some idiomatic expressions and slangs for you. Now, today's exercise is really short. We have a reading, Mad Men, fact or fiction in the world of advertising today. So you're going to read the article and match the headings A to D to paragraphs 1, 2, 3, and 4. Well, this is your gig. Take your time and read it. Then we read it together.
A few minutes later.
Many people have been introduced to the world of advertising through the American drama series Mad Men, which follows the lives of people working for an important advertising agency on Madison Avenue in New York in the 1960s. Hence the name Mad Men. However, the advertising industry has progressed and developed in many ways since then. Here are some examples of how things are different today. Okay, first one is C, one-man show. Sterling, Cooper, Draper, Price is the fictional name of Mad Men's advertising agency, and the action revolves around its creative director, Don Draper. All of the agency's work is heavily dependent upon Draper's creative talent and he is constantly called upon to save the day. However, his ability to instantly solve advertising problems single-handedly does not reflect what happens these days. In fact, advertising agencies are made up of different teams that work together and most projects are part of one massive and coordinated campaign. The fate of a real-life campaign rarely relies in the hands of one individual. So it's not a one-man show. Number 2, that's A, leaving it late. Mad Men is well known for its improvised pitches, presentations to potential clients that seem to come out of nowhere. Often it is Don Draper himself who suddenly manages to effortlessly transform a vague idea he has had into advertising gold. This portrayal gives the impression that the most successful approach for pitching a new idea to a potential client is to put off the work for as long as possible. This could not be further from the truth. However, and in real life, it takes a lot of hard work and creative genius to make a successful pitch. Okay, next one. That is the all play, no work. The atmosphere of a Sterling, Cooper, Draper, Price is one where anything goes, from long lunches to midday naps in the office. It seems as if there is never anything to be done. In the real world, an agency's workload can vary from one extreme to another depending on the client's demands and the corresponding deadlines. One week, the team may have more time to play, while the next, they have no time to sleep. This is the nature of the job, and a great deal of work goes into every single project, even though there are times when the employees are able to take a break. Okay, and last one, B, gender gap. In Mad Men, the female characters have been carefully researched so that they coincide with the views of American society at the time. In the 1960s, a few women went on to further their education, and those who did often became secretaries or nurses. This situation is reflected at the agency, where sexism is rife, and all but one of the executives is male. The exception, Peggy Olson, is regarded as an oddball by her colleagues. Fortunately, the situation these days has greatly improved regarding sexism in workplace. However, still only a tiny percentage of today's creative directors are women. Mad Men is one of the most popular period drama series ever shown on American television. It has been widely praised for its historical authenticity and visual style, costume design, and acting, writing, and directing, and it has won many awards. Okay, very good, not bad. Now I need you to read it again and mark the sentences true or false. Again, it's your turn. I'll wait.
A few moments later.
Great, let's check your answers. Mad Men is a comedy drama series. That is false. Number 2, Don Draper is portrayed as a hero in the series. That is true. He solves all problems. A modern advertising campaign involves many people working together. That is true. A lot of planning goes into Don Draper's pitches. No, he improvises. He does it without any preparation. The executives at Sterling Cooper Draper Price work extremely hard. No, they take naps. Number 6, in the real ad agency, there is never time to relax. That is false again. Sometimes there is, sometimes there isn't. Most of the women at Sterling Cooper Draper Price are secretaries. Unfortunately, that is true because of the sexism in 1960s. And a large proportion of the creative directors in advertising agencies today are women. That is false, not necessarily. Okay, now there are some highlighted words. For instance, single-handedly, massive, vague idea, anything goes, deadlines. I need you to use Google or ChatGPT and write the meaning of these words, make sentences with them, and compare these sentences with your friends. And that's it, everybody. Today's exercise was so short but effective. And I need you to practice on a regular basis. As you can see, I'm uploading almost every day, from short to long videos. Okay, it's time for me to say goodbye. Make sure to download the slides in the description part. If you have a question, you can comment down below and I will get back to you. And thanks for watching, and make sure to like and subscribe or you'll break my heart. Bye-bye.